Hi and welcome to my Wednesday wanderings right here in my home office again. There's a reason for that. I did actually go out today to my park and I did record a Wednesday wanderings walking around the park, and I chatted for, I don't know, it was about 23 minutes, something like that. And I was talking all about the energies. I talked about the Lionsgate Portal and I talked about why it's important to work with the energies and how you can do that. And then I got home, as I did, and it was round about lunchtime because I went out this morning. And I got home and I set my phone to sync to my laptop so I could upload it on YouTube after lunch. And I came back and I had a look and I went, right, I'm going to go and create the front page graphic, the sort of thumbnail for the video. And I clicked in my Canva as I do and scrolled through to the end, and I saw the title of, how to work with energies and why it's important. That's interesting. I didn't realise I'd decided what I was going to talk about. And then I realised that's what I talked about last week, which means I've gone and recorded exactly the same content. Well, it's not exactly the same, but more or less the same topic again this week. And I thought, I mean, I know I do unscripted, but that's just not a great look, is it? Giving you exactly the same content. So, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Sonia Davis and I don't ever use a script. I just freestyle this. In fact, I usually channel it. I usually connect in with my guides. And I just thought, yeah, that's actually really symptomatic of the energies right now. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Lionsgate. I thought I'd record it here at home instead, and talk to you about the Lionsgate Portal, how it's impacting me, because if it's impacting me this way, it's likely to be impacting you as well in some way. So this Lionsgate Portal is, I mean, it's a powerhouse. It really is shaking things up hugely. And I'm definitely, if you're sensitive to energies, you will definitely be feeling this. And I've been feeling a blend of really excited, really energized, and then absolutely exhausted. And I've been switching between the two with no rhyme or reason. It's not even been in flow. It's not been big burst of energy and then tired afterwards. It's literally been, I've been on my knees. I'm like, I can't even keep my eyes open. And then burst of energy. Yeah, go and do this thing. And it's been like that, well, really since the portal opened, which was a little over a week ago. And the Lionsgate peaks on Friday. It's Wednesday the 6th right now of August, and it peaks on Friday, the 8/8 portal. And I've been having some huge downloads. I actually did a post on my social media about it today, about what's going on in my world, what's going on behind the scenes, and some of that is, I don't always stop and look at how much I'm doing. I don't overload myself, by the way. That's not what this is about. This isn't like burnout stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the depth and lengths that I go to in my own personal spiritual journey. I'm very careful to create an awful lot of physical space around things. I don't cram in clients. I never have more than 2 client calls in a day. I never work with more than 2 one-to-one clients at any one time, just because I want to preserve my energy and give everything I have to those people. I have 1 call a month in my expansion program, and that's really powerful, and then it's WhatsApp support, and I drop in several times a week with that. But I'm very good at creating space around things. So I'm not overloading myself on a physical or psychological level, but spiritually, oh my goodness, the growth is unbelievable. And just in the last 2 weeks, not even going back further than that, in the last 2 weeks, what have I done? I've had some really big upgrades, massive downloads of light codes. I've got a couple of pages in my book. I do a channeling ritual every morning. I sit and connect in with my guides and do some channeling every morning. In my book, I've got into a habit of doing that, and it's a great ritual, and all sorts of interesting stuff comes up in that. Sometimes stuff I'm really not expecting, but it's great. So I've been doing that every morning for the last couple of months, I think now, but the last couple of weeks, wow, it's been huge. I got 2 whole pages of light codes that downloaded, was it yesterday? No, day before yesterday. I lose track of time because I don't operate in normal time. I did a Substack about that. If you want to go and look at that, I might put a link to that in here, and under this video. I've jumped into, I do Pam Gregory's, I love Pam Gregory, she's amazing. I do Pam Gregory's 7 p.m. global healing meditation. I probably do it about 2, maybe 3 times a week. And I jumped in yesterday. Like I say, time is a strange concept for me. I jumped in yesterday and I had the most profound experience as one of the healers, because I'm a high priestess on the Council of Pleiades. That's part of who I am. That's my soul. That's who I am at soul level, and I've integrated with that quite fully and completely. And yesterday, doing this global meditation with Pam Gregory and everyone else around the world doing it, I suddenly found myself sitting on my throne as the high priestess and the Council of Pleiades, and all my Pleiadian brothers and sisters looking at me going, go on then. And so I conducted a healing ceremony, just like that, without planning it, thinking about it or anything. I just did it, it just happened. And at the end of that, and it was sending healing to the planet Earth, to Mother Gaia, to humanity, to all living creatures and all things on the whole of this planet. It was really, really powerful. And I led that ceremony just like that. And it was so incredible. And at the end of it, my Pleiadian Council brothers and sisters said, welcome back, we've missed you. It's great to have you back. And it was like, wow, that's amazing. I love this stuff. That's the level that I'm operating at personally right now. That's where my frequency is at. And then today I've been doing some other work, and I happened to be on social media, on my Facebook profile, on my Facebook feed, and the gorgeous Marina Beach just had dropped in that moment to do a live healing process, Lionsgate healing ceremony, pendulum healing in your Akashic Records. And I love Marina. She's one of my soul sisters. She's amazing. And I just went, I didn't know that was going to be there, but I'll take that as a sign. And so I jumped into that and I did that, and that cleared another layer. And it's like it's constant right now. Clearing layers, clearing ways that I've been hiding my truth for so long, for so many years. And it's really helped me to step back and look at other things. And the reason I'm telling you all of this is because it's about then what happens as a result of that. So it's not just a spiritual journey for me. For me, I embody it. It's part of my entire life. It's my entire way of being. And what I'm getting through this Lionsgate Portal, and we're not even at the peak of it yet. It's still only Wednesday. The peak is on Friday, on the 8th. I'm just getting so much insight into the truth of who I am, but also what I'm here to do, and my purpose and my mission, and how it relates to my business. And that's the key to this. That's why I'm telling you about this, because I'm using these energies to then consolidate, plan, strategize, and grow where my business is at. And that's the power move. That's where this is amazing. So over the last, I mean, literally, oh gosh, it was Monday. I say I don't connect with time in the same way as people tend to. Monday, so 48 hours ago, I spent the day, I do my off social media day on Monday, and I don't connect, I disconnect with I disconnect from input. That's how I call it. I'm still working, but I disconnect from input. And I sat and I came up with, I finalised what my new, it's not new, but what has been emerging as my product suite. So the offers that I have, from the freebies through to my VIP one-to-one work, and everything in between. There's group stuff and individual stuff and things like that. My expansion audits are in there, and my new free sessions that I'm going to be starting in a couple of weeks' time, 2 weeks today, in fact, new moon expansion sessions. I'll put the link to those in the comments below, because you might be interested in those. That's all about how to work with the new moon energies to grow and expand your business. And I'm going to start running these on a monthly basis, to about 3 days before the actual new moon, so that you can understand what the energies are going to be and work out how to harness those for your business. So I'll drop the details of those in below this. Click on the link, it's free. That one, that's a free, it's an interactive session on Zoom. So yeah, come along to that. That's going to be amazing. I'm already really excited for that, because I know how powerful it's going to be and how much value you're going to get from it. But I've written out my whole offer suite in a way that's so simplified and so clear, and it just makes sense now in a way that it hasn't before. I've been running my business 2.5 years now, and my growth journey has been huge. I'm an accidental business owner, let's be honest. I knew I needed to quit my big corporate job. I knew I was partway through qualifying as a therapeutic coach at that point. I didn't know the spiritual side was going to come into it. Actually, the spiritual side is what it's all about for me now. But at that point in time, I just knew I needed to leave my corporate job and bring my healing and therapeutic coaching into the world. So I did. And then I had a bit of a shock to the system when I went, oh, hang on, I've actually got to run a business as well. I hadn't actually thought about that. I'd committed to knowing that this was the right thing for me to do. I just hadn't planned my way around what was involved. Naive, but, you know, that's how I roll. I like to just jump and work out the details later. But it means that now I've been on such a journey of growth about how to run a business. And the biggest thing that I've recognised, which is what I help others with now, is that it's not about do this thing and do that thing. It's about you at the foundation of it all. And that's where my zone of genius is. And I've needed to take time to understand that I'm here to help other business owners, help other leaders heal in a multi-dimensional way. So that's where the therapeutic coaching comes in, the spiritual guidance comes in, the past life work, the Akashic records work, the energy healing, all of those things that I do, and there are many more besides, along with your physical body and understanding the language of your physical body. And when you get all three of those working in harmony, you get to a place of absolute joy in life. And I'm not talking about fleeting happiness. I'm talking about that deep, centered, grounded joy that runs through everything that you do, and means that you get to, even the really difficult stuff, you've got that core at your being of joy and knowing. That means you can navigate it. And even the really difficult days and the really difficult moments and the horrible conversations that we all have because it's life, you then go, but it's okay because I've got me. And that's the place to be. And that's what I'm here to help people with. And it's multidimensional, literally multidimensional healing. I had a friend yesterday tell me, she said, you're not even, I mean, forget 5D, you're in 9, no, in fact, you're well beyond 9th dimension now, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah, that is how I operate. And I'm not here to make that a standard. That's just who I am. That's just, and I'm just living it and breathing it and being it. And I'm here to help others not necessarily reach ninth and beyond dimensions. That's, you know, that might not be your path, but for me, that's my living embodiment. But I do that by having the deep grounding within myself, permanently doing the healing. Like every single day something comes up and I go, oh wow, right, okay, I'll do that. Whether it's in my body, in my mind, in my subconscious, in my energy field, doing some spiritual work. I got called to do a task for Goddess Kali a couple of days ago, which was pretty huge and unexpected. I'm not allowed to talk about it, but tell you anything about it, the specifics of it, but I did that work. And I was told it was very powerful. It's for the benefit of humanity. And I keep getting told, yeah, but you're the only one that's able to do this work. And it's like, wow, yeah, I really am. But on a soul level, I know that that's true as well. And that's why I'm here, is to help you connect with your soul truth. I'm not saying your soul truth is the same as mine. I'm here to help you connect with yours. And that brings me back to the Lionsgate Portal, because this is what it's doing. It's opening up these pathways. It's opening up these doorways. So for you, I want to invite you to say, what truths are you finding? What's emerging for you? What's coming up? What are you seeing suddenly and going, oh, that's what it is. I didn't realise that. That's the power of the Lionsgate Portal. And in fact, the day after the Lionsgate, on Saturday, we've actually got the full moon in Aquarius, which is all about truth and being your authentic self. And we've got so many planets in retrograde right now. I'm not even going to list them. They were in the weekly guidance if you want them all. But we've got so many planets in retrograde right now, which is all about looking inward. So this Lionsgate Portal is a real split of duality. It's massive light codes and external awareness going on at the same time as really deep inner soul truths. And it's all happening at the same time. And that's what this portal is all about. And that's why it's different to all the others, with all the retrogrades as well. And with the level of ascension we're at right now. You can feel it in the planet, in the earth. Even beautiful Mother Gaia is upgrading and ascending, and she is clearing things out, and she is, I mean, the earthquakes and volcanoes going on around the world. I mean, if you want to know more about that, go and watch Pam Gregory on her YouTube channel, because she's incredible. She's absolutely the expert on this stuff, but she talks a lot about the way the world itself is upgrading and shifting and changing, and what's happening as a result of that. But actually, this Lionsgate is a powerhouse of truth within yourself. So I'm rambling to you now from my home office rather than out in the park. It's not quite the same as I was talking about earlier, because I realised, yes, I am also human. I may be a multidimensional being, but I am also human. And sometimes I am of a certain age, and sometimes the brain forgets things. Let's just leave that one there, shall we? Anyway, I'm going to leave this here now. I am sending you so much love as you navigate this powerhouse of a Lionsgate Portal. Be gentle with yourself. That's the one thing I will say, because it's a lot. And the duality is showing up in your energy levels, in your sleep patterns. So you may be sleeping more than normal or sleeping less than normal, if at all. You may have big headaches because the light codes are hitting and the solar flares are hitting and the Schumann resonance is all over the place. And there's so much going on, and it's okay. You will be okay. I'm going to leave this there. I hope you have a beautiful Lionsgate and the most fabulous full moon blessings sending your way. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this, because it really helps me get the message out to more people. But I'm sending you love, and I'll be back on Monday with a weekly guidance. Take care.